Yeah.
What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage DC Season 1, Episode 9 review. Next week's episode will be the season finale, and then we can look forward to the reunion, which I'm pretty sure will probably be a 2-part reunion, and I'm really excited to see the fashions, to see the drama. I am ready, but let's get straight into tonight's review. So we start off the episode, you guys, with the couples all leaving out of Monique and Chris's home, getting on to the van that they're going to use to drive down to Chris and Monique's lake house. Tasha and Neil arrive. You know, they're my faves. I love to see them on screen. They get on the bus, and as soon as they get on the bus, Monique reiterates to Tasha and Neil that she did invite Winter on the trip. So then the topic of conversation becomes all about Winter and Kevin, and I'm like, y'all don't got nothing else to talk about, like Jesus Christ. But I know this is a television show, so I'm just gonna roll with it. So Monique goes on to tell everybody how she knows for a fact that they're getting a divorce. Quick intercepts and was like, nah, because he said, you know, he's happily married and he showed us a bunch of paperwork. Monique is like, I've seen the paperwork myself. They are getting a divorce. And basically she believes Winter. Quick is like, I believe dude, because he came with all of this paperwork and everything. And then everybody else is basically like, they both liars. They're both lying. Like, what to believe? Quick is like, he even brought this book that they wrote together. And Monique shuts that down. And she's like, no, they did not write that book together. And Chris, her husband, was like, I thought she wrote the book. So everybody's now confused on who wrote the book and all of this stuff. And so since they know that Kevin's coming, Monique then texts Winter to let Winter know before she gets there that Kevin is indeed coming, so it won't be on no fake shit like she trying to set her up. So they get to the lake house. You remember we saw the lake house on Real Housewives of Potomac, Monique's last season. So she has gift bags for all of the wives, and in the gift bag she has some gag gifts. She gives Ashley some fun size Snickers, then she gives Irena some red flashlights, and then even for herself she added a ball gag because Chris told her to hush in front of everybody. So at least she made fun of her own situation as well. Everybody took it, you know, the way it was supposed to be taken. There was nobody with no attitude or mad or whatever. As everyone gets comfortable, Winter and the sex therapist arrive, and everybody, as far as the girls, mood changes. Not Tasha and Monique's, but Irena and Ashley immediately had the screw face on because they was just not seeing it for sis. Winter arrives, honey, with a fresh new weave, honey. She got rid of that Cassie shave side, and I was loving her hair. Love the color, love the layers. It was so stinking cute on her. But like I said, the reception from Ashley and Irena was very, very cold, honey. So as soon as they start with the sex therapy class, Ashley and Quick keep on making fun size jokes and everything. You got anything fun size? My husband is fun size, and fun size is, and Winter's taking it on the chin or whatever. She's not even, you know, feeding into it or whatever. So they then get to talking about their sex lives, and Ashley, from what Quick says, can't get enough. They could go 5 rounds and she still want more. So the sex therapist was like, you know, are you in your early 40s? And she was like, bitch, no. And I was like, now hold up, Ashley, because ain't nothing wrong with being in your 40s, bitch. Wait till you hit 40 like me, huh? You're going to be in the best time of your life. So then Tasha says that as far as her and Neil's sex life, that their sex life is good, but she's nervous about getting pregnant again because, you know, they already have children. And he refused to get a vasectomy, so she's even resorted to him now wearing condoms. Then Irena says, as far as her and Jamie's sex life, that it's more so like lazy sex at this point. She wants to be romance and have more intimacy, not just the wham bam thank you ma'am type shit. So that's why she really don't be wanting to smash, whereas he always on go, but she don't be wanting to do it. and then she don't like to give no sucky sucky. So their relationship is really like, their sexual relationship is really strained. And he was even like, it's kind of like we like brothers and sisters now because we've been together so long. And I was like, you never want to say that about your spouse. Never, ever. Y'all got to work on that. You need to be more and more romantic. And Irena, you got to get more on that freaky side, because you trying to keep your husband another 30 years, you better get to sucking on something. Just suck on his big toe, suck on his hair, suck on his thumb, nigga, suck on his nose, his nostrils, suck on his eyeball. Do something, goddamn it. You better start sucking on something for somebody else start sucking on it. So Monique says, as far as her and Chris' sex life, that they have like selfish sex, whereas whoever comes first, it's just like it's done after that. They ain't really trying to make sure the other person get their nut off. And Chris then admits that when he was younger, you know, as most kids are exposed to sex is via porn. He was around his family members and they popped in a tape when he was a little boy, and that's how he got introduced into sex. So, you know, in those types of movies, it's very male gratifying. So it's all about the man's pleasure pretty much. So that's how he learned sex, and the other guys understood where he was coming from. So he was like, you know, now as a grown ass man, I'm having to learn about being more romantic and, you know, intimate, because that's what she wants. She wants more intimacy too. I was like, you niggas need to step your game up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to keep your bitch, sir, you better start whining and dining and, you know, whispering in her ear and all that type of shit. You know, it goes both ways. So, but Chris also points out that this past Valentine's Day for them, it was on and popping. Like, they had a great sexual night, and even Monique agreed. So I was like, whatever happened that night, you need to make sure you're doing more of it, because men don't realize if you give us what we want when we asking for intimacy and romance, shit, we gonna be all over you. We gonna be ready as soon as you walk through the door. We gonna drop to our motherfucking knees, nigga. What you want, what you need. So you do that, it's gonna be all good. So then Winter cuts in and she was like, you know, I just want to say something. You know, I said some sarcastic things about y'all husbands. I really said it in a sarcastic way. I'm sorry if it was offensive. I wasn't trying to poke at your husbands. And Ashley's like, you were, but okay. Gotta give it to Ashley. Ashley gonna say whatever's on her mind, and she gonna be blunt about it and not apologetic. And because I agree, you were trying to poke at our husbands, but I still would have accepted her apology, because I do feel as though Winter's apology in that moment was sincere. However, Winter is like, you know, it's beautiful to see that you can be this vulnerable in marriage, and that this is a testament to being married. Ashley in her confession was like, you know, I feel like the apology was lackluster, like her. I don't agree. I do feel like Ashley just wanted to hold on to the shit at that point. She just made it up in her mind that she just did not like the lady, and she just was not going to budge off of it at that point. But I do, like I said, think that Winter's apology was sincere. So the sex therapists get to asking the ladies, have they ever used a glass dildo and how you can stick it in the freezer like it's a popsicle? And I'm like, Irena, who want a goddamn dreamsicle stuck up their vajay? Like, no, can you imagine something cold like that being in your undercarriage? Absolutely not. Hell to the no. You might fuck around and poke something and like it's a icicle or some shit and fuck up your inside. Absolutely not, ma'am. Absolutely the fuck not. So then when they're at dinner, Irena apologizes to Winter for bringing up Winter's husband when they had their argument. And I thought that was very grown up and big of Irena to say, you know what, it is what it is. This girl has apologized. It ain't even that deep. I said wrong things. Let me admit to that. So I love that Irena stepped up and apologized as well. And so no, I'm sorry, they weren't at dinner at this point. This is before they went down to dinner. So Irena then tells Winter that, you know, Kevin said he got all these receipts, and Winter's like, well, shit, bring them on, bring them the fuck on. She was like, I'm actually mad because I could have brought my divorce papers so he could have signed them. Shit. So then they go down into the basement area for dinner, And Monique asked Irena what she and Winter talked about because she knows it. And I was like, there go Monique producing again, but I ain't mad at you. So Irena was just like, I apologized to her. She apologized to me. And Ashley was like, well, I just didn't feel like it was a genuine apology. I feel like it was generic. And I was like, Ashley, at this point, let it the hell go. Let it go, girl. Let it go. Be like Elsa and let it the fuck go. So Irena was like, well, it was enough for me. And I'm like, yeah, like we're all adults. It's not that deep. Nobody ran over somebody's kids. Like nobody fucked nobody's husband yet. Just joking. But it's just like, let it go at this point. So Ashley was like, I just don't want to be friends or involved with anyone that feels a way about me and my husband after we talked, and I thought we was all good. I come back hearing some more stuff. So I'm like, does she not know that what Winter said about them was said in that same exact conversation, and that Monique just broke it up into twos, coming back and telling her? And that's what Winter was trying to get her to understand. Like all of that came from the same conversation, but I apologize at the end of the day. So Winter was like, and she even says that, Monique brought up something that was taken from that same conversation, but she also says again, I apologize. And Winter was like, I was just being sarcastic. Ashley still don't want to accept the apology. And then Monique was like, well, Winter, can you elaborate to them about what we discussed when I came to visit you? Maybe that'll give them a better understanding of what you're going through. And so Winter just tells them, with me dealing with all of this stuff with him, it's been really hard. And I've just had a lot of pent up frustrations. And she wasn't really trying to play the blame game with the thing of I'm going through this, so I'm taking it out on y'all, type situation. She realizes that I didn't say that correctly. What I meant to say was she wasn't coming from the aspect of I'm going through this, so it gives me the okay to come at you all wrong. She admitted that I'm going through something and I took it out on you guys, and that was not okay. But Ashley was like, so you decided to bring my marriage into whatever you have with your embezzling husband. And I was like, baby, Ashley gonna get her digs in one way or another. And so at this point, her and Winter going back and forth. Ashley was like, you can tell me what you've heard about my husband. You can't tell me what you've heard about my husband, or something to that effect. And Winter was like, how do you not know? And she was like, I don't understand. Like, how do you not know? How do you not know? How do you not know? And so Ash was like, what is it that I don't know? And so Quick was like, here she go again. So it was like, once again, Winter was trying to imply that Quick was on some other shit and that Ashley didn't know about it. And I was like, now see, Winter, just when I have your back, like you can't be going around saying stuff like that, especially if you lying or you just don't have receipts or you just trying to cut somebody and be messy. What is the point if you ain't gonna say whatever this shit is? Like, now I see why Ashley says what she says about you, because you be liking to hit people below the belt. So Chris was like, I wish y'all could work it out. And Irena was like, well, this is Monique, friend, we don't have to see her. And Ashley gonna say, well, obviously we do, because here I am seeing her. Ashley funny as shit. So everybody started laughing, and Winter reiterates that she apologized to Ashley as the doorbell rings. So now Kevin and his slick back has arrived. Oh my God. So Kevin comes and Chris tells him that Winter is in fact there. I don't know what in the hell Kevin had on, but Kevin just looked like one of them niggas you will see hanging outside the corner store asking you for a Lucy. Like, I'm looking at Winter like, how in the hell did you fall for this joker? So Kevin comes in. Winter is like, oh Lord. So Kevin was like, I miss you. And she was like, I don't miss you. So all of the shits then comes out. Kevin brings out the ebook. and was she was like, now why is you bringing out this ebook knowing damn well we did not write that together? The people over in London transcribed one of my master classes, and he was like, no, this was taken at an interview that you and I did. And Winter was like, was this before or after I found out you were allegedly embezzling money from your company? He won't answer. He beating all around the mulberry bush. And Winter was like, no, it was written in October of 2020. And he was like, no, it wasn't. And Monique looks at the copyright and was like, no, it says copyright 2020. So Ashley was like, it says to Quick, she was like, I don't even like this bitch, but she right. So at this point, it's showing that Winter is telling the truth and that Kevin isn't. So they keep on going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Ashley and Quick go upstairs because they are just over it at this point. They realize that Kevin is a swindler and he full of shit. So as they go upstairs, Ashley says to Quick, Winter fucking stupid, but he lying. So Tasha, Neil, Irenas, and Jamie then follow and go upstairs too. And they all talking about how Kevin came in with googly eyes for Winter, and Ashley ignorant ass gonna say, I mean, that man came here to save his marriage. He should have wore a different jacket though, because that jean jacket ain't gonna do it. He looked like he had on, you remember the movie, was it the movie called Billie Jean? You know, the We Are Young. The girl that was on the run for murder with the blonde hair, child. He looked like he had on her damn denim jacket, child. He looked a mess. I'm like, what in the 1980s Soul Train American Bandstand do you have on? So Kevin, Winter, and Chris and Monique still downstairs. And Kevin get up and try to sit next to Winter. Winter get up and go on the other side. They playing Ring Around the Rosie at this point. And she was like, I want the architect that I met back. I don't want this version of you back. So he was like, I never told you I was an architect. What the fuck? I'm like, what? Now, come on, nigga. Like, what? So Winter get to singing, y'all. She was like, you need to sign my paperwork. Oh, you need to sign my paperwork. He been lying for the past 2 years, and I don't want to deal with this shit no more. You better sign that paperwork. Oh, you better sign that paperwork. Oh, you better sign it, 'cause you been lying, and I ain't gonna take your shit no more. You need to sign my paperwork. Sign my paperwork. I want a goddamn divorce. Somebody get him a pen, please. I gotta give it to Winter. Winter is reality television gold. If it wasn't for Winter keeping it a buck, this season would have been boring. And I gotta keep it a buck. I've been reading the comments on a lot of the Instagram post about Love and Marriage DC, what people have been saying on Twitter, and a lot of people think that the show is boring. A lot of people don't like the show. They're saying that it's not living up to Huntsville. So if the cast gets a season 2, y'all better step it the fuck up season 2, because Winter has been carrying this season. Winter and Ashley's jokes have been the thing that have been making this show entertaining. And I really thought that Monique was going to be the one to bring it and be the fan favorite. But unfortunately, most of the audience, even her fans from Real Housewives of Potomac, like myself, have not really been enjoying Monique on this show. I only enjoy the fact that Monique has been producing the show, getting the shit started. But other than that, Monique has been coming across very spoiled and naggy when it comes to her marriage. And it's just been so unlikable. But Winter been carrying y'all. So y'all better step it up next season, because she has literally been carrying this show. So Ashley and Winter then have a conversation in the hallway once again. And Ashley, it was like, I really felt like if we would have met under different circumstances, that you and I could have actually, you could have been somebody I actually liked. Winter once again apologizes. And, it's like, at this point, can we just start over? So she even goes as far as to thank Ashley for being one of her background singers. And Ashley was like, I still don't understand how you didn't see that this man was a scammer from day one, because I only been around him for an afternoon and I can already tell. And Winter was like, if he would have came at me on the business aspect, I would have spotted. But since he came at me from a Christian aspect, that's how he was able to get in. So Monique comes in at that point, and Irenas comes in with a microphone singing the song, and they all start singing the song together. And it was an actually cute, fun moment that I wish we would have got more of this season, of all the girls getting along, having fun, laughing and joking. It was a cute moment. And then the episode went off. Overall, I'll give tonight's episode an A, and it's because of Winter. Once again, Winter shenanigans and the argument. But at this point, I'm wondering, what is the reunion going to be about? Is the reunion going to be about of course we're going to reiterate everything that happened this season, but they've already apologized. We've already talked about it. So I don't want to see a reunion where y'all start arguing about the same shit y'all was arguing about all this season, which is stupid at this point, because the girl has apologized. You've seen the footage. Nothing else big has been said that y'all don't know about, unless they air some unaired footage that we don't know about. Or the only other thing I can see the reunion being about is the arguments that they've had online since the season has began. So I know Carlos said that the reunion was fire and that it's a lot of explosive stuff that's going to happen. He also said that about this season. And as far as I'm concerned, the only episodes for me was when Winter got into it with Ashley. That's like the biggest episode for me. And then I guess tonight's episode, with Winter and Kevin making contact. But other than that, I'm not going to say that the other storylines haven't been good, seeing Jamie and Irena's family and their son, and dealing with that situation. That was good to see. But we really didn't get any conclusions as far as their marriage. I feel like there was so much more about their marriage that we could have learned that we didn't. It's still so much hidden there. Surprisingly, and I was talking to Sheridan about this today, Ashley and Quick are, outside of Tasha and Neil, are like my favorite couples on the show. They're really fun. Quick really redeemed himself from what I learned about him before the show aired, with that whole radio show debacle, that even when I interviewed Ashley, she said that the girl Danny knew, and it was the whole thing was a skit or whatever the hell they was doing. It was fake. But yeah, he really redeemed himself for what I read about him and was told about him before the season started. And Ashley really allowed me to see a fun, shady side of her. She has really good jokes. So yeah, let me know what y'all been thinking about this season so far. Let's talk down below in the comment section. Let me know, how do you all rate this season thus far, especially since next Saturday is the season finale. Let's talk down below and let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.